Undefeated.
Yo, what's going on, people? Listen.
What's going on, bro? Hey, what's going on with the energy, fam?
Fam, we're 1 day out, bro. 1 day out. Yard, BETERBIEV. Listen, this is an Undefeated pre-fight show. We had to give it its own section. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This couldn't have been part of the pod. This could not have been part of the pod.
Yep. Listen, Trav, I'm glad we're both here. I'm glad we're gonna get into this because this is serious right now. You put your name on it. Yeah. Because right now you'll be known as Trav. What we calling you if it doesn't work out?
TRAVERTIEV.
TRAVERTIEV.
Who cares?
TRAVERTIEV.
Who cares? I've signed up. I don't mind.
You know a guy from South London, Blue Borough, with the name TRAVERTIEV. You're not expecting him, but that's what he said. He said, "Listen, I know my dog. This fight is Travis. How you feeling? A day out. We're close, bro.
Bro, I'm good. Do you know what I'm saying? And the closer it gets, the more confident I feel. I look at this thing and I'm like, yeah, you know what? There is that feeling. Everyone in the boxing community's got that little feeling that something it just feels different this time. And I'm like, yeah, that's right, because something is different. I like the energy that I'm seeing. Do you know what I'm saying? I believe there's a real confidence from the whole camp. There's a different energy as well. Tunde don't even sound like Tunde no more. You understand? These men have had a real different camp. They've been on a journey. You know what I'm saying? We see the journey that they've been on. It's different now. If you've been watching these men closely, you know it's different now. So I look at this thing now and I'm like, you know what? I think the stars have aligned. And I'm backing my bro in this one.
You know, bro, as I said, I love the energy. I like this is the fight, yeah. I would love to be wrong in terms of, because I thought Boatsy will get to this point before any of the up and coming crop, right? Well, it's Yard's turn. Am I gonna be like salty that it's Yard before? No, I don't care. I would love to see him do it. Like, but I look at the mountain and I know, like, bro, this is Kilimanjaro, this is all of them, this is Everest, this is a big mountain to climb. And a lot of men have been left by the wayside. If you climb them mountains, you're gonna see some things on the way up, fam. And it's all of BETERBIEV's opponents that he's dispatched nicely, you know. And this is the situation that we find ourselves in right now, where you say to yourself, ooh, can he? Will he? You know what I'm saying? And I can't pretend that 100% knockout rating is not there. I can't pretend that BETERBIEV hasn't been put in fights where he's been truly challenged and he's had to, like, you know, come out of it where, you know, he's been cut. He's had all these issues. He's had to deal with things in the ring that Yard is not faced just yet. Yeah. But again, power is power. So while, like, I know what I know what Yard can bring, but I see the tools and the arsenal that BETERBIEV has, and I have to say, well, he's more suited to climb this mountain than the challenger.
No, I do hear you. And, you know, this isn't one of those things where now I'm going to try and pretend like I don't know what BETERBIEV is, or now I'm just going to ridicule him or try and down talk him. It's not that at all. I just think it's one of those ones where, with all of the accolades he has, we can't pretend that this man is knocking on 40's door. That's a huge factor in the mix of all of these accolades. Like, you know, you could put a retired fighter in the ring and tell you his accolades, and you know what I mean, some of that's lost just on age. Now, I'm not gonna bang out the old adage of, you know, oh, Father Time's undefeated.
Oh no, it's your uncle, so it's normal.
Listen, Father Time is undefeated, but at the same time, we can't ignore that element in this mix. Whereas Yard doesn't have that mileage. Yeah. So whilst his record is 18, I think it is 18 KOs, BETERBIEV.
18, I know.
There's 300 amateur fights in there as well. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of mileage on this car. It looks sick on the outside, but when you sit down and you see that number is in 6 figures, you go to the salesman. So what you say? Has it had a service? Where's the last service?
You know, and they'll tell you, but look at the red levers though. They'll talk to you and say, well, as you see the red,
I don't know, you know,
you're looking at the IBF levers and you're saying, yo. Once again, that's the WBC exhaust as well. That's on there. So as you can
That's the
see, and then
unified exhaust.
we got the WBO suspension on that. So as you can see, that like
Tried
this
and
is
tested. And this is what I'm saying. So it's like I look at that and I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm not trying to paint Yard out as some, spring chicken like he's 22. No, he's not. But he's not 40 either. Yeah. He's like, what's he? Is he 30, 29, 30? These ages there.
Yeah.
This is a man that's coming. He's still coming into his thing. Like the Kovalev fight, you say, yeah, that was a really early fight. Didn't need to really happen like that.
Yeah.
But same time, now we're a few years on from there. He's taken a loss from Lyndon Arthur. He's got that right back. Been in there a few runouts. Dex Spellman, another one, like some other random opponent. But now it's like there was a lot of turmoil in this time when he fought Lyndon Arthur. That first loss doesn't really register to me. So that's the in-ring stuff. Outside the ring, there's also a lot of turmoil that he's had to go through. Yeah, that mental strength. Yeah, when I see him squaring up with BETERBIEV, I'm like, nah, nobody, but nobody language specialist is going to be able to look at that and feel like he's concerned, he's triggered, he's feeling. Nah, he's not. He's ready to go.
Yeah,
he's ready to go.
One thing I just want to say some things on BETERBIEV though, because while you bring up the age and father time and stuff, again, still the amateurs are the Amis, right? But then when you talk about like main professional boxing, 18 bouts is not a lot of bouts. So you say that I might not, while it looks like the mileage has been crazy, it might not be that crazy. It might not, like, and then we talk about
395 amateur bouts. I know they're not 12 rounds.
They're not, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I take some of that into consideration. I take in the part of the level of the scale of opponent in the amateurs as well, right? So while you have to get yourself, not talking down on his record, but just saying, that is a part to play as well. And if this guy's walking around with that knockout power that we're talking about, talking about some of these fights ending really early, so they're just trying to keep him ticking over, keeping him busy. Now, when you step into the pros is where it's different. But one thing that I will say about him is you talk about, because Yard has got some credit for being a road warrior in terms of he's gone on the road and he's gone to different places. BETERBIEV is comfortable traveling. Canada, early fights in Canada. Then you talk about after Canada, you said he's done a few fights in New York, Philadelphia. So coming to the UK is not going to phase him at all. These guys live their lives on the road. These guys know about causing upsets. These guys are comfortable walking into an arena and saying, "My home now." So these are the things that we shouldn't be looking at this fight thinking he's going to be phased by the audience, the crowd, wherever he is, even not being the home fighter. He's not going to feel any of those things. He's going to walk in. Some people are different. Some people, we saw Billy Joe Saunders against Canelo. He was not comfortable. Started doing this weird entrance dance where he's like, you're doing things that don't represent who you are. Again, I don't think,
but
under the lights.
Also on that traveling thing, Yard went to Russia, fam.
That's what I'm saying.
He went out there and he was calm, dancing on his way in, just relaxed like how he always does.
Very calm.
And he nearly knocked man out in round 8. Like
very calm.
As much as people try to diminish that moment there, I'm like, yeah, for someone who's completely not ready to nearly knock out the champ is not a small situation.
It's this.
Because if a man got in the ring with a Bivo and nearly banged him out, you're not just gonna overlook that moment.
You can't.
You can't. So people have been banging on about Callum Johnson putting down BETERBIEV. And I'm like, yeah, because it's a big feat. You went in there, you knocked out the champ. These are significant. Yeah.
It's like, again, as you say, just to quickly draw back to the Eubank thing, no one's expecting to rock Chris Eubank's jaw. Nobody. Like, that's a good something to say, hey, I did that, Many a man have tried. Many a man have tried. I did that, So then if you look at yourself, you say, because I know if I'm Yard or in Yard's team, I'll be saying to myself, well, Callum's done this. I fancy my strength or my ferocious power to say to myself, if I hit him correct, clean, we could have that. But then what we need to address is the fact of BETERBIEV's foot movement. BETERBIEV, while he's dangerous and like ruthless in the ring, he's a skilled boxer. I think that's the part people thinking it's just ruthless aggression, and no, this guy, he knows how to box. He'll create angles, he'll create situations, or give Yard a lot to think about while in the ring with him. It's going to be interesting of who takes, like, in the first 2 rounds, who do you reckon is going to take center of the ring? Who's going to try to dominate?
I see Yard coming forward.
Really?
Like heavy. Do you know what I'm saying? I can see, because you look at the trail of things that he's been doing now, right?
Yeah.
Lyndon Arthur rematch and that last opponent. The last opponent is not necessarily, it was a run out. We know what that was. But both fights, we've seen Yard come forward in a very direct manner that he hasn't always.
Yeah.
Before, he's very much, I'm going to starve you of oxygen type opponent. Just going to keep coming forward. You know what I mean? Bam. Little, like a stinging shot there, stinging shot there, stinging shot there, body shot there. And just slowly just work you out of there and just get you out that way. Whereas now it's like all business, straightforward, let's go. So I think with that, he's going to probably force the action with BETERBIEV early on and see how he responds to it. Because with Yard right now, the body work is the main focus. Yeah. You saw he plowed through Lyndon Arthur. Like, that was very short work. Went out straight to the body, not messing around. The head becomes available. Dig downstairs again. So it's like, I can see him trying to be like, you know what, 4-round fight, I'm coming after you.
I see it totally different. And would you be surprised if Yard is fighting on the back foot in this one? Would it be something that bothers you? Would it be something that worries you? Would you be like, come on, man, step forward? Or because I imagine BETERBIEV really trying to start off the jab, working off the jab, because he's been here before. He's been in this situation before. I see him really dictating the speed of this fight. I see him again in terms of, even if it takes the first round, even if in my head I see that first round getting to BETERBIEV and then asking Yard, give me more, and then Yard will there'll be a response in the second where BETERBIEV now will have to make some adjustments. So I literally see the fight starting, BETERBIEV's out, working the jab, trying to get close to the body, but it's really starting on the jab, right? And just trying to remind him of, yes, you dealt with Lyndon Arthur's jab, but I felt the fighter that we saw in Lyndon Arthur, I don't think Lyndon Arthur delivered enough in that second fight, even using his jab. Lyndon Arthur went into that fight not showing what helped him win the first fight. And we can say, yeah, maybe Yard nullified it with, like the feints and his some of the movement, but I just felt Lyndon was in the wrong mindset. So if I'm in BETERBIEV's camp, I'm saying, well, let's see what he looks like with our jab, with a professional jab, just to test him out and see. And if I'm getting joy off that, then I know, okay, this is how I'm going to control this guy and keep him off me at times, because I do know there's going to be moments that he's going to try and rush in under the jab and try and, I'm going to do some of the things I saw from Kovalev. These are the things that I'm going to take, and we're going to see if he can answer that question.
The difference is, in this one, Kovalev had a height advantage over him. Lyndon Arthur had a height advantage over him. So both of those guys, you're dealing with just different set of problems. Do you know what I'm saying? That long rangey jab, that's a problem for all fighters, regardless of style. That's a problem, right? Whilst he could get the jab off, it's not going to have the same properties of those guys' jab. That length, no matter how fast you are, you're not replicating length. So for me, I look at them like, okay, cool. If you're jabbing and it's a thing where within his jabbing range you can strike, then we have the ingredients for the tear up. And I believe that is Yard's best approach in this fight. I don't believe I want to see Yard on the outside. I don't think I want to see him back. And I think it's best to be done in the middle of the ring. You start touching, when them ropes start touching Yard's back, that's a bad space. Now, I trust Yard's defensive abilities. He's quite elusive. He doesn't really get hit with big shots. You know what I'm saying? You don't really see it. Same time, okay, we're prepared to make it, BETERBIEV is a different guy to anybody you've been in there with. So when you've not been hit by those guys, he might be the guy that can land some shots. So I don't want to see the back to the ropes. I want to see it in the middle of the ring. And if it's anybody's back to the ropes, it's BETERBIEV, and make him uncomfortable. This is going to be a fight that's going to have to be very disrespectful. It's not going to be I don't want it to be a chessboard, like a chess match. I want it to be a very disrespectful fight. I don't care that you're BETERBIEV. grabbing, man, pulling you out of because the fact is, it can't be a boxing match. Yeah, I think
Does Yard have that ingredient? Does Yard have those? Have we ever seen him, you know, display those? Because he's always had to. He can work on pure boxing. More times, a lot of people can't really live with him when it comes to being in terms of the opponents he's faced. Right. So if he's ferocious, it's done. So we haven't, and this is the question I was trying to ask the Spencer and stuff. And I was like, have you lot done the homework? Have you lot done the ready work to deal with the different things that might be brought up in a fight? Because I haven't before this, maybe in sparring, they've seen everything and they're fine, but I haven't seen him do I need to do this to win, or I'm going to lean on him to like take some energy or take some gas out of him. I haven't seen that part of Yard's arsenal yet.
Well, it's not been required. This is why I'm saying it now for this guy. There's going to have to be a very disrespectful nature to this fight. You can't give him the 2-3 rounds of respect because you're Kovalev. No, it's got to be straight out the gate. You owe me money. You owe me money. And this is now a legal way for me to get it. That's how you got to be going in there. And I think because we know that I don't want to see this after. Like I don't want my guy in there past 6 rounds.
Oh, so you don't see this as a thing that can go to points? Someone could win off points.
This ain't going to be a points one.
It's not a points one.
And I want it to be decided. And I want him to be in his absolute strength. Energy is not a concern at this point. We're talking 4 or 5 rounds of absolute pressure. Like power, like we say at the beginning of this thing and the overtime, different pods, power is real. Yeah. Power ends fights. Power can do that. Draw this brother into a tear up. Disrespect him. You know what I mean? Don't make him feel like this is a thing where now we're boxing and we're doing. No, disrespect him. Grab him, hit man after the bell. An angry man is less dangerous than a cool, calm, and calculated one. And if we know that he's got the deep resume that he does, he's got tools in it. So we're gonna have to take it somewhere else. He's got to want to tear your head off. You got to be going there to tear his head off, and that's the route that we got to go in this one.
Yeah. I think they've been brilliant. I think Yard's team has done well in terms of just how they've managed. There's a calmness, there's a coolness, there's a relaxedness. I don't think they've been too hyped. I think maybe the calmness and the coolness has come from the confidence that they actually have in themselves now. So while there's lions in the camp, it's not as like, you know, when you have to say someone, you know, those people that have to announce that they're in the room. More time you can know that there's a bad boy in the room. And he doesn't say it. You can feel their presence. And I feel like the energy that he's
feel about how other men even greet him.
Yeah. And that's the energy that I've seen from them recently, or just in the build up to this fight, has been one of like, it's dangerous over here, but it's a not, I need to announce myself dangerous. Like, yo, hey, watch out over there.
We know what we're on.
Yeah, we know what we're on. And if you want to find out, I'm happy to let you know. More time you're gonna see tomorrow in the evening. What do you call it? Probably 10 o'clock ring walk or something, bro. But I'm due to let you man know, you know. So again, this is a big one. You lot, ladies and gentlemen, get involved in the chat where you think this one's going, who's gonna win it. I want to see it. Like, we want the real receipts. So you got under this, it's got to say no one's getting any credit on Monday Night Smoke
for a comment they didn't make ahead of time.
A comment they didn't make. I don't want to hear I said it on my channel. I don't want to hear I said nope.
I don't want to.
I know that you watched this.
I don't even want to hear. I've always said Yard was gonna know.
Nope. No. Underneath. That's the only way. Only way you'll be acknowledged.
I'm stepping out on a ledge. I say my boy brings it home. Sunday morning is going to be a joyous occasion. You understand? Straight on the live. I'm about to go crazy. Yeah. Monday Night Smoke is going to be one for the ages. Maestro's going to be in an interesting predicament dealing with Spencer now after the big lead up to that fight. It's going down.
I'm a snake, you know. Listen, I will run with whoever's turning up, because I know what I feel. But when someone's gonna have to answer for it, like Spencer or Maestro, right? I will happily be like, bro, but you said, even though I've said I think BETERBIEV's gonna win, I will happily sit there and say, yo, big man, you told us. There's a lot of men that have said a lot of things. This is the moment. Again, this will be the happiest, humbling I would have for myself, because again, you're talking about the light heavy division. You're talking about if Yard is crowned as champion, yeah, the whole everything is different. Now, excitement has to like it for the good of boxing. You kind of want Yard to win for the good of boxing in terms of, you know, these domestic fights.
What that does for our light heavyweight scene.
For our light heavyweight scene, you would like this, yeah. However, boxing doesn't work. Boxing doesn't care about what you like, you know, because if it did, you know, we'd see certain things that we still haven't seen yet. You know what I mean?
If it did care about what you thought, what would we be seeing today?
I'd see what right now if boxing cared.
If boxing cared about your opinion, where would we be today? What's the landscape?
Oh, Errol Spence would be on their second fight. Errol Spence would be Errol Spence and Crawford will be on their second fight. I think Deontay Wilder and AJ would have already had their trilogy, and we're talking about Wilder would have fought not Ortiz. What's that kid's name? The one that beat up AJ? Ruiz. Bare stuff would have happened. I would have if I was able to make certain fights. Oh my god, the Juggernaut would have seen Dillian long time ago.
AJ Fury, would that have been done?
No, it would have been getting done, because I still believe, even in my world, them two will take forever. In my world.
Even in your world of free will, that fight is still in the talking stage.
Well, what about you? What about you? Is there anything that that you would have made like that I didn't mention?
David Haye wins the rematch against Bellew and then wins the trilogy. Then wins the trilogy. Then we'd be in talks for Haye AJ just as his final fight.
I don't even know where you'd go on that one.
Eubank Jr. He's beat Triple G.
Yeah.
He said that he wants to fight Conor Benn before fighting Canelo. So that fight is in the talking stage.
I'm dead.
Where else are we now? AJ, Fury. They're into the
Hey, in your world, yeah, Fury will have like 8 losses in it.
Mad chaos. Got stopped by Wilder in that final fight. Just completely undone the legacy. I'm joking.
That's too funny. Listen, people, you know what to do. Thanks for watching. We just had to give you this quick one. Stay blessed. Don't forget to leave your comment. We'll see you at the watch along tomorrow, fam. And we're out of here.
Lions in the camp. Lions.